On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Photograph.
A picture or image that is produced by a camera, a visual representation or record of a person, object, or scene that has been captured electronically or on film.
Examples:
Photograph album. Photograph memories. I found an old photograph of my grandparents from their wedding day.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal, a systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective, a method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Writ.
A written legal order or command.
Examples:
A writ of summons. Issue a writ. He was served with a writ of eviction, giving him the notice to vacate the property.
Hibernate.
To spend the winter in a state of rest, often in a sheltered place such as a cave or den.
Examples:
Hibernate in the adult stage. Hibernate for months. Bears usually hibernate during the winter months to conserve energy and stay warm.
Cave.
A large hole in the side of a hill, cliff, mountain, or under the ground.
Examples:
Domiciliary caves. The mouth of the cave. Bats reside in sheltered caves.
Oddly.
In a way that is unexpected, strange, or peculiar.
Examples:
Behave oddly. Oddly familiar. He walked into the party with an oddly dressed companion, causing everyone to stare.
Notable.
Worthy of attention or notice, remarkable or significant, deserving to be recognized or remembered.
Examples:
Notable achievement. Notable success. The notable scientist made groundbreaking discoveries in the field of medicine.
Rejection.
The act of refusing to accept, use, or consider someone or something. In medicine, an immunological response that refuses to accept substances or organisms that are recognized as foreign.
Examples:
Transplant rejection. Rejection by community. His proposals were met with rejection.
Waltz.
A ballroom dance in triple time that originated in Vienna and is characterized by a flowing, graceful style and a strong accent on the first beat of each measure.
Examples:
Waltz music. Elegant waltz. The dancers practiced the steps of the waltz meticulously to perfect their performance.
Innocuous.
Not harmful or dangerous, unlikely to cause injury or damage.
Examples:
Innocuous joke. Innocuous substance. The spider in the corner of the room seemed innocuous, but it made her uneasy.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Magical.
Produced by or containing supernatural powers.
Examples:
Magical place. Magical powers. When I was a child, my mother often cast magical spells to ease my pain whenever I was injured.
Cast.
To cause light or shadow to appear on a surface, to assign or choose someone such as an actor or representative, especially by selection process.
Examples:
Cast a ballot. Cast a charming eye. This accident cast a dark shadow over their lives.
Theme.
A subject or topic of discourse or artistic representation.
Examples:
Theme park. Central theme. The theme of the novel is the corrupting influence of power.
Fantasy.
A fiction with a large amount of imagination in it, a pleasant situation that you imagine, but that is unlikely to happen.
Examples:
Fantasy novel. Confuse fantasy with reality. Composition by artificial intelligence is no longer a fantasy.
Threaten.
To utter intentions of injury or punishment against someone.
Examples:
Threaten a healthy relationship. Threaten national security. Various artificially induced causes are threatening our ecosystem.
Confront.
To face, meet, or deal with a problem or difficult situation or person.
Examples:
Confront a global warming. Confront the issue. He finally decided to confront problems directly.
Construct.
To build or create something, to assemble or combine different parts to form something whole.
Examples:
Construct a 3D image. Construct a dam. He constructs hypotheses that no mathematician has ever imagined before.
Myth.
An ancient story or set of stories accepted as history, especially explaining the worldview of a people.
Examples:
The myth of an old religion. Perpetuate a myth. With the financial bubble bursting, the myth of economic growth in investment banking collapsed.
Attach.
To fasten, join, or connect one thing to another.
Examples:
Attach firmly. Attach a file to an email. He does not attach importance to these rumors.
Intention.
Something you want to do and are going to do.
Examples:
Intention behind his decision. Clear intention. Our CEO's intentions are always transparent and straightforward. Context. The circumstances, facts, or conditions that surround a particular event, situation, or statement and that give it meaning. Examples: Historical context. Legal context. It's important to understand the context of a situation before making a decision. Government. The group of people with authority to control a country or state. Examples: Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year. Notably. Particularly, especially, in a way that is worthy of attention. Examples: Improve notably. Notably different. The study found that the treatment was notably effective in most cases. Mass. A large amount of a substance with no definite shape or form, a large number of people or things grouped or crowded together. Examples: A mass of molten rock. Critical mass. The mass of people who do not own property is politically impotent. Destruction. The act of causing so much damage to something. Examples: Path of destruction. Cyclonic destruction. The extinction of several subspecies has been linked to climate change and habitat destruction. Inward. Directed or facing towards the inside, inside or inward looking. Examples: Inward peace. Inward cargo. The inward motion of the tide was gradually slowing down. Integral. Necessary to make a whole complete, essential, or fundamental, combining with something else to form a whole. Noun, of mathematics, a fundamental concept in calculus that represents the area under a curve between 2 points on a graph. Examples: Integral function. Integral component. Effective communication is an integral part of any successful team. Foundation. The lowest load-bearing part of a building, typically below ground level, a fundamental basis or principle upon which something is built or established, an organization that provides funding or support for charitable or educational purposes.
Examples:
Foundation course. Weak foundation. The foundation of the building was cracked and needed to be repaired.
Mythology.
A collection of myths equals traditional stories accepted as history, or the study of myths.
Examples:
Tale from mythology. Ancient mythology. He studies Greek and Roman mythology.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Boundary.
A real or imaginary line that marks the limit or extent of something and separates it from other things or places.
Examples:
Geographical boundary. The boundary between reality and fantasy. He wandered the boundary between life and death by gunfire.
Impose.
To officially force a new law, tax, duty, etc. to be obeyed or received.
Examples:
Impose harsher sanctions. Impose tariffs. The problem with achievement tests is the narrowness they impose on students.
Divide.
To separate or cause to separate into parts or groups.
Examples:
Divide the cake into 2 pieces. Divide money equally. Can you divide 123,321 by 11?
Privilege.
A special right or advantage that only one person or group of people has, usually because they are rich and powerful in a society.
Examples:
A breach of privilege. Privilege of membership. In the Middle Ages, the right to hunt in the wild was the privilege of royalty and nobility.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
Art critic. Severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Accurate.
Correct and exact in all details.
Examples:
Provide accurate information. Accurate measurements. The official transcript contains accurate academic records.
Observe.
To watch or notice something carefully, often to gather information or insights, to take note of something or someone, to celebrate or commemorate a special event or occasion.
Examples:
Observe a tradition. Observe wildlife. It is important to observe safety procedures in the workplace to prevent accidents.
Absolute:
Perfect or complete, or to the most considerable degree possible.
Examples:
Absolute loyalty. An absolute must. Gandhi had an absolute zeal for nonviolence.
Insider:
A person who has privileged access to special or secret information about a particular organization or field.
Examples:
Insider trading. Company insider. He's a Wall Street insider with a lot of valuable information.
Outsider:
A person who is not part of a particular group, community, or society, someone who is considered to be on the periphery or outside of established social circles.
Examples:
Outsider perspective. Outsider artist. Living in a foreign country can make you feel like an outsider at times.
Core:
The most essential or fundamental part of something.
Examples:
The core of an apple. Core business activity. These gas nebulas are merely newborn galactic cores.
Index:
A list of items, such as names, subjects, or keywords, that is arranged in a particular order and is usually found at the end of a book or document. A number or symbol that indicates the value or level of something, such as a stock index or a temperature index.
Examples:
A full text index. Health index. The stock market index measures the performance of a group of stocks.
Unfamiliar:
Not known or recognized, not experienced or encountered before.
Examples:
The unfamiliar surroundings. Around unfamiliar people. She was unfamiliar with the city and got lost while trying to find her way back to the hotel.
Comprise:
To include or consist of something, the act of making up or forming something.
Examples:
Comprise a large percentage. Comprise the recent past. The team comprises players from different countries.
Nuclear:
Of or relating to or constituting the nucleus of an atom, deriving destructive energy from the release of atomic energy. Examples: Nuclear fusion. Use of nuclear power. Many countries have now agreed to a treaty banning the use of nuclear weapons.
Storage:
The act or process of putting in and keeping something in a particular place for use in the future. An electronic memory device that can store information.
Examples:
A storage battery. Storage at low temperature. We store customer data in cloud storage.
Encapsulate.
To enclose or envelop something within a capsule or a membrane, to express or summarize the essence or core of something in a condensed form.
Examples:
Encapsulate the message. Encapsulate the essence. The movie can encapsulate the book's spirit, bringing it to life on screen.
Facility.
A building or place that provides a particular service or is used for a particular industry.
Examples:
A cell phone with an internet facility. Facility design. This company has an entire recycling facility, including major reprocessing plants.
Stainless.
Resistant to staining or discoloration, not affected or damaged by contact with dirt, water, or other substances, clean and hygienic.
Examples:
Stainless hardware. Stainless sink. The kitchen appliances were all stainless steel, making the space modern and sleek.
Steel.
A strong metal alloy made up of iron with typically a few tenths of a % of carbon used for making things that need a strong structure.
Examples:
Magnetic steel. Steel beam. This bridge is the third largest steel bridge in the world.
Capsule.
A small, enclosed container often used for holding medicines or supplements or for transporting payloads in spacecraft. A small, elongated structure within the body, such as a joint or a gland.
Examples:
Space capsule. Medical capsule. The capsule hotel room may be small, but it has all the necessary amenities.
Submerge.
To put something underwater or to go underwater, to bury or hide something deeply or completely.
Examples:
Submerge in a liquid. Submerge my head completely. The ship was submerged in the ocean for many years before it was finally discovered.
Standing.
Existing or remaining upright, having a vertical position, noun, social, financial, or professional status or reputation.
Examples:
Standing water. His social standing. The standing concert was packed with fans.
Unprotected.
Not guarded, covered, or shielded, vulnerable, without protection or defense.
Examples:
Unprotected area. Unprotected Wi-Fi. It's important never to have unprotected sex to prevent the spread of STDs.
Instantly.
Immediately.
Examples:
Instantly cope with. Be killed instantly. I remembered that person instantly and never forgot. A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
Sect beliefs. Secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Resemble.
To look like or be similar to someone or something.
Examples:
Resemble each other. Resemble her mother. The brothers resemble each other in the hobby.
Outline.
To describe the main facts or aspects involved in something.
Examples:
Outline the plan. Outline the findings. This page outlines our response planning for an emergency.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Absent.
Not present in a particular place at a particular time.
Examples:
Absent-minded. Absent without leave. He was absent from the meeting and missed all the important updates.
Pole.
One of two antipodal points where the Earth's axis of rotation intersects the Earth's surface, a long, slender, rounded rod, typically of wood or metal, used as a support or to hang something.
Examples:
A fishing pole. The plus pole. The North Pole is the northernmost point on Earth.
Accompany.
To go somewhere or travel with someone or something.
Examples:
Accompany a chicken dish. Accompany the book. Please let me know if you want to accompany me to my hometown.
Factual.
Relating to or consisting of facts, based on or pertaining to verifiable knowledge or information.
Examples:
Factual evidence. Factual accuracy. It's important to present evidence-based and factual arguments.
Invisible.
Impossible or nearly impossible to see.
Examples:
An invisible asset. Invisible stars. The phenomenon is invisible at optical wavelengths.
Accompanying.
Being in a position next to or near something or someone.
Examples:
Accompanying equipment. Accompanying documents. The accompanying music was soothing and added to the ambience.
Transform.
To change an outward structure or looks.
Examples:
Transform an education system. Transform heat into power. My father's death transformed my life completely.
Abstract.
Based on general ideas, feelings, or qualities and not on any of physical or concrete existence.
Examples:
An abstract noun. Abstract science. The invention of the camera triggered the development of abstract painting.
Cruel.
Feeling or showing pleasure in causing pain or suffering to others.
Examples:
A cruel and unusual punishment. Cruel joke. The dictator was known for his cruel and oppressive regime.
Anchor.
A device, typically made of metal, that is used to moor a ship or boat in a particular place, typically by being dropped to the seabed, a central cohesive source of support and stability.
Examples:
Anchor bolt. Anchor weight. The ship dropped anchor in the bay.
Nail.
A thin, pointed piece of metal with a flat head used for fastening things together, the thin hard layer covering and protecting the outer tip of the fingers or toes.
Examples:
Rusty nail. Nail clipper. He used a hammer and round nail to fix the loose board on the fence.
Abridge.
To shorten or condense a book, a play, a speech, etc., while maintaining its essence.
Examples:
Abridge a biography. Abridge a speech. I had to abridge the novel to fit it into the time allotted for the movie.
Cryopreservation.
The process of preserving biological material at very low temperatures, often below -150 degrees Celsius, to maintain its viability and function.
Examples:
Cryopreservation techniques. Sperm cryopreservation. The cryopreservation process typically involves special freezing agents and controlled cooling rates to minimize cell damage.
Cryonics.
The practice of freezing a person's body after death in the hope that future technology will be able to revive them and restore them to life.
Examples:
Cryonics research. Cryonic storage. Several organizations offer cryonic services for those wishing to preserve their bodies after death.
Pioneer.
Inventor, explorer, someone who is among the first to achieve something.
Examples:
Act as a pioneer. Early pioneers. John Whitney was a computer animation pioneer.
Hop.
To jump lightly and quickly on one foot or both feet, to move rapidly from one place to another, to travel using an aircraft, bus, etc.
Examples:
Hop on one foot. Hop from one place to another. The rabbit hopped over the fence.
Extended.
Longer than usual or anticipated.
Examples:
Extended vacation. Extended payment. The extended airport runways may accommodate larger jets.
Advancement.
The development, improvement, or progress of something.
Examples:
Advancement of knowledge. Career advancement. Competition between countries resulted in fast technological advancement.
Doll.
A child's toy that typically represents a human figure, especially a young girl, an attractive woman, a woman who is subservient or passive.
Examples:
Plastic doll. Rag doll. The antique doll was worth thousands of dollars.
Undergo.
To go through something unpleasant or that involves a change.
Examples:
Undergo surgery. Undergo a decrease. The train has to undergo rigorous safety checks.
Hymen.
A thin membrane that typically surrounds the opening of the vagina in women and may be torn or stretched during sexual intercourse or other activities.
Examples:
Hymen rupture. Hymen intact. Certain medical conditions, such as an imperforate hymen, may require surgical intervention for normal menstruation and sexual function.
Surgery.
Medical treatment of injuries or diseases involving an incision with instruments and often removing or replacing some parts of the body, the branch of medical science that treats disease or injury by operative procedures.
Examples:
Cardiac surgery. The professor of surgery. He had undergone heart surgery years before.
Procedure.
A way of doing something, especially the official or well-known way.
Examples:
Undergo a surgical procedure. Standard procedure. The pilot and flight attendant ran through the checkout procedure.
Restore.
To repair or return something or someone to a previous good state or position.
Examples:
Restore order. Restore the emperor to the throne. The military regime has promised to restore democracy as soon as possible.
Virgin.
A person who has never had sex, adjective, being used or worked for the first time.
Examples:
Virgin material. Enter virgin territory. Within a few years, no virgin forests will remain.
Adhere.
To stick firmly, to be compatible.
Examples:
Adhere to their plan. Adhere rigidly to the rules. Administrators must adhere to the highest standards. To To think about or consider somebody or something in a specified way.
Examples:
Regard him as an enemy. Regard the situation as unfortunate. Frugality and industry are still regarded as virtues.
Essentially.
Relating to the essential features or concepts of anything.
Examples:
Essentially correct. Become essentially same. Essentially, a society is an organism.
Reconstruct.
To build or form something again that has been damaged or destroyed.
Examples:
Reconstruct an image. Reconstruct the original text. They've decided to reconstruct a ruined castle.
Rupture.
A break or tear in something, especially a bodily tissue or a physical object.
Examples:
A rupture between friends. The rupture of a blood vessel. A fault line rupture can cause significant damage and destruction to surrounding areas.
Intercourse.
Communication between individuals, the sexual activity between individuals, especially the insertion of a man's penis into a woman's vagina.
Examples:
Diplomatic intercourse. Extramarital intercourse. That meeting markedly improved commercial intercourse between the two countries.
Simulate.
To make a pretense of someone's behavior or looks, to reproduce something that exists in real life using computers, models, etc., usually for study or training purposes.
Examples:
Simulate climate change. Simulate a future scenario. He had painted the wood to simulate stone.
Jury.
A group of people called upon to render a verdict or judgment in a legal trial. A group of people chosen for a special purpose or task.
Examples:
Jury verdict. Jury duty. The judge instructed the jury on the law and the evidence presented in the trial.
Deliberate.
Done with full consciousness of nature and effects rather than by accident.
Examples:
The deliberate act of provocation. Deliberate attempt. Despite its advanced science and technology, the empire was deliberate about invasion.
Advisor.
A person who gives advice about a particular subject.
Examples:
A medical advisor. Chief advisor. After retiring, he continued to be an advisor to politicians.
Mock.
To make fun of someone, usually by imitating them in a witty but harsh way.
Examples:
Mock his accent. Mock at his misfortune. It is impolite to mock fun of a foreign student's English mistakes.
Proceed.
To move forward or to continue with a process or action, to advance or progress.
Examples:
Proceed with caution. Proceed to the next step. We can now proceed with the next item on our agenda.
Adjust.
To make a minor modification to something to make it more suited for a new set of conditions, or to make it function better.
Examples:
Adjust a schedule. Adjust the rearview mirror. You have to adjust your contents to the age of the audience.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples:
Military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy.
Outcome.
The result or effect of an action, event, etc.
Examples:
Improved student outcomes. A desirable outcome. They awaited news of the outcome of the election. Customs. The official department or agency that enforces the regulations, taxes, and duties related to the importation and exportation of goods, the duties, taxes, or tariffs imposed on imported or exported goods.
Examples:
Customs duty. Customs officer. I had to declare all my purchases at customs before entering the country. Contraband. Goods that are prohibited from being imported or exported, or otherwise possessed and traded without proper authorization or legal permission.
Examples:
Contraband goods. Contraband detection dog. The police discovered contraband in the back of the suspect's vehicle. Seize. To catch or take hold of someone or something suddenly and forcibly, to capture the attention or imagination of something. Examples: Seize a person's property. Seize the day. He has the superpower to seize a business opportunity. Liberty. The state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views. Examples: Personal liberty. Liberty as a right. The founding fathers fought for the liberty of the American people. Intervene. To intentionally get involved in a situation to improve it or prevent it from getting worse. Examples: Intervene in a dispute. Intervene between quarreling parties. Following international law, our country does not intervene in the internal affairs of our neighbors. Still life. A genre of art that focuses on depicting inanimate objects, such as flowers, fruit, or everyday objects, arranged in a way to create a composition. Examples: Still life painting. Still life photography. The artist painted a captivating still life of a bowl of fruit and flowers.
Exhibit.
To show something in public for people to enjoy or to provide them with information.
Examples.
Exhibit a bad attitude. Exhibit a great talent. Other technology industries exhibit similarly explosive growth.
Headquarter.
The central office or location from which a business or organization is managed.
Examples.
Administrative headquarter. An emergency headquarter. The company decided to move its headquarters to New York City.
Covert.
Kept secret or concealed, not openly practiced or engaged in.
Examples.
Covert negotiations. Covert mission. The government was conducting a covert operation to gather information on the enemy.
Diplomacy.
The art and practice of conducting negotiations between nations, organizations, or people. The fine art of dealing with people in a sensitive and effective way.
Examples.
The language of diplomacy. The art of diplomacy. Effective diplomacy is necessary to resolve conflicts and maintain relationships between countries.
Specification.
A detailed description of the characteristics, features, or requirements of something, typically a product or system, a written statement that outlines the standards, procedures, or requirements for a project or job.
Examples.
Functional specification. Engineering specification. The project specifications outline the goals and requirements for the team to complete.
Communist.
Relating to or supporting the political ideology of communism, equals a form of socialism that abolishes private ownership.
Examples.
Communist Party. Communist activist. During the Cold War, many countries feared the spread of communist ideology.
Promote.
To encourage or persuade people to like, buy, use, do, or support something, to raise someone to a higher position or rank.
Examples.
Promote a better relationship. Promote bad behavior. The government should do more to promote sustainable agribusiness.
Aesthetic.
Connected with the enjoyment or study of beauty.
Examples.
Aesthetic value. Aesthetic feeling. My aesthetic standards are quite different from hers.
Elicit.
To obtain information or a reaction from someone, usually with difficulty.
Examples.
Elicit a confession. Elicit a solution. Have you elicited a response from them yet?
Agency.
An organization or business that is responsible for specific activities or services, especially when representing other organizations or businesses. The capacity or power to act or exert influence, the ability to make decisions and take action.
Examples:
Real estate agency, intelligence agency. The government agency regulated the country's food and drug safety standards.
Expression:
The act of conveying thoughts, feelings, or ideas using words, facial expressions, body language, or art, a look or gesture that conveys a particular emotion or mood.
Examples:
Artistic expression, expression of interest. His facial expression showed a mix of surprise and confusion.
Forensic.
Relating to the use of scientific methods and techniques to investigate and solve crimes or legal disputes, pertaining to or involved in legal or criminal proceedings, using scientific evidence to support a claim or argument in a court of law or other formal settings.
Examples:
Find forensic evidence. Forensic team. Forensic scientists analyzed the DNA evidence to solve the crime.
Anthropology.
The scientific study of humanity, concerned with human behavior, human biology, cultures, societies, and linguistics in both the present and past, including past human species.
Examples:
Social anthropology, anthropology of religion. The areas of anthropology and psychology are significantly related to one another.
Acre.
A unit of land area in the U.S. customary system and the British imperial system, equal to 4,840 square yards, equals 4,047 square meters.
Examples:
Half-acre parcel, an acre of forest. The farm covers over 200 acres of land.
Plot.
A secret plan or scheme to achieve a specific goal, the plan or main story of a literary work. Verb, to plan secretly, usually something illegal.
Examples:
Plot line. Plot a surprise attack. The plot of the novel centers around a group of friends who uncover a conspiracy to control the world's water supply.
Approximately.
Close to a specific number or time, but not exactly that number or time.
Examples:
Approximately 3 feet long. Approximately same. This trail takes approximately 2.5 hours.
Cadaver.
A dead body, especially one used for scientific study or medical research.
Examples:
Cadaver lab. Cadaver donor. The hospital received a donation of cadavers for their research program.
Studied.
Deliberately considered or scrutinized, carefully thought out or planned.
Examples:
studied analysis, well-studied decision. His speech was carefully crafted and delivered with studied confidence.
Monitor.
To observe, check, and track the progress or quality of something over a period of time.
Examples:
monitor an exam, monitor the data carefully. They used a special receiver to monitor police radio channels.
Corpse.
The dead body of a human being.
Examples:
desiccated corpse, the corpse of an animal. The police found the corpse in the abandoned building.
Decomposition.
The process of breaking down organic matter into simpler substances through natural processes such as decay.
Examples:
decomposition process, chemical decomposition. The decomposition of organic matter releases nutrients back into the soil.
Enact.
To make a law, to put something into practice.
Examples:
enact new legislation, enact the smoking ban. The government enacted this law in 1925.
Federal.
Relating to a central government or national authority, refers to government policies, laws, or programs that are implemented at a national level rather than a state or local level.
Examples:
federal regulations, federal funding. The federal government announced new regulations to protect the environment.
Cultivate.
To prepare and foster land for growing crops or plants.
Examples:
cultivate a field, cultivate relationships. University is a great place to cultivate our minds and expertise.
Cannabis.
A flowering plant that contains psychoactive compounds, often used for recreational or medicinal purposes, particularly in the form of marijuana or hashish.
Examples:
cannabis plant, cannabis legalization. The use of cannabis for medicinal purposes is legal in some states.
Crop.
A plant that is cultivated in large amounts, particularly for food.
Examples:
crop field, crop herbicide. Sow early for an early crop.
Marijuana.
A psychoactive drug derived from the cannabis plant, used for medicinal or recreational purposes. A drug that is illegal in some countries and states, but legal in others for specific purposes.
Examples:
recreational marijuana, medical marijuana. Studies have shown that long-term use of marijuana can have adverse effects on cognitive abilities.
Disorient.
To make someone confused about where they are or where they should go.
Examples:
Disorient his audience. Disorient and wrong-foot viewers. Several studies have indicated that human activity at sea might disorient dolphins and whales.
Entropy.
A scientific concept that is most commonly associated with a state of disorder, randomness, or uncertainty.
Examples:
Entropy calculation. Entropy conservation. Since the second law of thermodynamics is applicable to the universe, the entropy of the universe continues to increase.
Discernible.
Able to be perceived or recognized, clear or distinguishable.
Examples:
Discernible pattern. Lack of discernible progress. There was a discernible change in the atmosphere when the boss walked into the room.
Formula.
A group of symbols, letters, or numbers that represent a rule, law, or mathematical statement.
Examples:
Structural formula. A binomial formula. The teacher told the students to memorize the math formula.
Awkwardly.
In a manner that lacks grace or fluidity, in a manner that is uncomfortable or difficult to perform.
Examples:
Speak awkwardly. An awkwardly timed joke. She tripped awkwardly on the uneven pavement and almost fell.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
Religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Security.
The state of being free from danger, risk, or harm, measures taken to protect against threats or attacks, a financial asset, such as a stock or bond that derives value exclusively from the ownership interest or claim to a particular underlying asset or obligation.
Examples:
National security. Security analyst. The building's security system includes cameras, alarms, and security guards.
Distribute.
To give something to a large number of individuals, or to spread or furnish something.
Examples:
Distribute wealth evenly. Distribute video content. His estate was distributed to his sons.
Transatlantic.
Relating to or situated on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, especially about travel, communication, or cultural exchange between Europe and North America.
Examples:
Transatlantic cable. Transatlantic partnership. Transatlantic cooperation is important for global security and stability.
Submarine.
A type of underwater vehicle or vessel that can operate beneath the surface of the water. Adjective, beneath the surface of the sea.
Examples:
a submarine volcano, submarine cable. The military submarine disappeared without a trace.
Communicate.
To share or exchange information with others by speaking, writing, moving your body, or using other signals.
Examples:
communicate his anxieties to the psychiatrist. Communicate well with my advisor. Dolphins use sound to communicate with each other.
Cable.
A set of wires covered by plastic or rubber that carries electricity, phone signals, etc. A solid thick rope made of twisted hemp or steel wire.
Examples:
cable television, coaxial cable. This system uses submarine cables to exchange information between continents.
Atlantic.
Relating to or located near the Atlantic Ocean, which is the second largest ocean on Earth, located between the continents of North and South America to the west and Europe and Africa to the east.
Examples:
Atlantic breeze, Atlantic salmon. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June to November each year.
Simultaneous.
Happening or being done at the same time.
Examples:
the simultaneous release of the album. Simultaneous equations. The simultaneous translation made it possible for everyone to understand the speaker.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Apparent.
Able to see or understand easily or clearly.
Examples:
heir apparent. Apparent contradiction. This star is apparent to the naked eye.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
a vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Humorous.
Characterized by humor, funny, amusing, or entertaining, causing laughter or mirth.
Examples:
humorous remark. Humorous movie. Her humorous anecdotes always left us laughing until our stomachs hurt.
Snip.
To trim or cut something, especially with scissors or shears, to remove a small part or piece from something with a quick cut or slice.
Examples:
snip a lock of hair. Snip the wire. I must snip the loose thread on my shirt before it becomes a bigger problem.
Era.
A period that is distinct from others, typically in history.
Examples:
Dawn of a new era. The era of the Renaissance. Political corruption was common throughout the post-war era.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples:
Not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
Progression of civilization. Progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Braille.
A system of raised dots that are used by people who are blind or visually impaired to read and write, consisting of 1 to 6 dots arranged in a specific pattern that represents letters, numbers, punctuation, and other symbols.
Examples:
Braille alphabet. Braille system. The museum provided Braille labels for visually impaired visitors.
Edition.
A particular form or version in which a text, especially a printed book, magazine, or newspaper, is published.
Examples:
A paper edition. Edition deluxe. They issued a limited edition of the artist's recordings.
Division.
The act or outcome of splitting into separate parts, a critical organizational unit or sector.
Examples:
Cellular division. Division chief. Which division of the company do you work in?
Congress.
A formal meeting of the representatives of different countries, constituent states, organizations, trade unions, political parties, or other groups.
Examples:
An international congress. Peace Congress. Congress must consider this proposal in an unusual situation.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Blind.
Unable to see, unable or unwilling to perceive or understand the true nature of something.
Examples:
Blind to the beauties. Blind spot. She was nearly blind due to severe diabetes.
Visual.
Relating to seeing or sight.
Examples:
Visual navigation. Field of visual arts. The building makes a remarkable visual impact.
Impair.
To damage something or make it weaker or worse.
Examples:
Impair my health. Impair insulin sensitivity. The accident made his vision impaired.
Popularity.
The state of being widely accepted, admired, or appreciated by many people.
Examples:
Win popularity. Popularity in the market. The popularity of the band has skyrocketed since their first album was released.
Avian.
Relating to or characteristic of birds.
Examples:
Avian influenza. Avian habitat. The expert on avian species studied the behavior of different types of birds.
Quarantine.
A state of isolation imposed on people or animals to prevent the spread of disease.
Examples:
Out of quarantine. Mandatory quarantine. Due to the outbreak, the government imposed a 2-week quarantine for all travelers.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Exotic.
Originating from or characteristic of a foreign country or culture, strikingly unusual, uncommon, or intriguing.
Examples:
Exotic species. Exotic vacation. I love trying exotic foods from different cultures.
Influenza.
Formal for flu, a highly contagious viral disease that causes fever, severe aching, and catarrh and often occurs in epidemics.
Examples:
An epidemic outbreak of influenza. Influenza B strain. The research institute allocated a lot of money to study the cause and prevention of influenza.
Explosive.
Easily able or likely to shatter violently or burst apart, sudden and loud.
Examples:
Explosive device. An explosive personality. This container stores an explosive substance.
Warhead.
The explosive or destructive part of a missile, rocket, or other weapons that are designed to explode on impact or detonation.
Examples:
Warhead missile. Nuclear warhead. The missile launch was successful, and the warhead hit its intended target.
Armament.
Weapons and other military equipment that a country or organization possesses or maintains for defense or offense.
Examples:
Armament race. Naval armament. The government is poised to increase its armament budget for the coming fiscal year.
Responsible.
Answerable or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management.
Examples:
Responsible action. Responsible for customer service. She's a responsible pet owner who ensures her dog gets enough exercise and a healthy diet.
Deploy.
To move troops or weapons into a position or military action, to bring into something in an effective way.
Examples:
Deploy troops for battle. Deploy safety measures. This country deployed its weapons in the East region.
Delivery.
The act of taking or sending something to a destination, the bringing of a baby during childbirth.
Examples:
An easy delivery. Special delivery. The delivery truck arrived with the packages.
Weaponry.
A collection of weapons, example, guns, knives, bombs, missiles, etc., used or owned by a particular individual, group, military, or country.
Examples:
Weaponry development. Advanced weaponry. The army used various weaponry to defend the country from attack.
Dot.
A very small circular mark, especially one that is printed.
Examples:
Connecting the dots. Dot blot method. The wallpaper had a pattern of pink dots on a white surface.
Selective.
Relating to or involving only a small number of a larger group of people or things.
Examples:
The process of selective breeding. Selective readers. This medication is selective in its effects.
Inbreeding.
The practice of breeding closely related individuals or strains within a particular population or group, often resulting in increased homozygosity and decreased genetic diversity.
Examples:
Inbreeding effects. Inbreeding prevention. The zoo officials carefully monitor the breeding program to avoid inbreeding among rare and endangered species.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples:
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Fur.
The hairy coat of a mammal, especially when fine, soft, and thick.
Examples:
An artificial fur. Fur coat. The fur of the animal was thick and soft to the touch.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Celebrated.
Renowned for possessing admirable attributes.
Examples:
Celebrated artist. Celebrated paper. 3 celebrated tenors performed during the president's inauguration.
Entertainment.
Public shows, films, television, or other performances or activities of enjoying people.
Examples:
An elegant entertainment. Hour of entertainment. The hotel is famous for its entertainment, including the casino.
Pass.
No longer fashionable or current, outdated, considered to be old-fashioned or out of date.
Examples:
Passé entertainment. Passé trend. Bell-bottom jeans, once considered passé fashion, have made a surprising comeback in recent years.
Retarded.
Considered derogatory, delayed or impeded in intellectual or emotional development, slow to learn.
Examples:
Retarded growth. Retarded child. The project was delayed due to some technical problems, and it was considered retarded.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Severe.
Extremely serious or bad in feeling, manner, or strict and harsh, extremely strong or vigorous.
Examples:
Severe heat. A severe case of pneumonia. The senator received severe criticism from his opponent.
Abnormal.
Not typical, usual, or regular, especially in a way that is bad.
Examples:
Abnormal heart rhythms. Abnormal cells. An abnormal climate in the region caused a sharp decline in grain harvest.
Arch.
A curved structure with 2 supports that holds the weight of something above it, such as a bridge or the upper part of a building.
Examples:
The arch of a person's foot. An arch-shaped stone structure. The arch bears the weight of the overhead bridge.
Orientation.
A person's basic attitudes, beliefs, and preferences about particular things, a course introducing a new situation or environment.
Examples:
Sexual orientation. The school orientation. There will be an orientation lecture for new students this afternoon.
Flip.
To turn over into a different position quickly, to throw or toss with a light motion.
Examples:
Flip over the pork chop. Flip a coin. He flipped when he heard that he had been accepted into the university.
Negative.
Having the quality of something bad or harmful, expressing refusal.
Examples.
Have a negative effect. A negative number. The movie has received almost universally negative criticism.
Etch.
To carve, cut, or engrave a design or text into a hard surface. To corrode, erode, or eat away at a metal surface using acid or another chemical substance to create a design or pattern.
Examples.
Etch a metal plate. Etch a design into wood. He used a sharp tool to etch his initials onto the metal.
Brass.
A metal alloy of copper and zinc, a yellowish color, a group of wind instruments made of brass.
Examples.
Brass section. Brass instruments. The brass band was performing at the parade.
Acrylic.
A type of plastic or synthetic resin that is used in various forms, such as paints, fabrics, and plastics, known for its clarity, durability, and versatility.
Examples.
Acrylic sheet. Acrylic nails. The artist painted a beautiful landscape using acrylic paints.
Facade.
The face or front of a building, especially a large one, superficial or false appearance intended to conceal something unpleasant.
Examples.
The outside facade of a castle. Facade of wealth. A gentle facade concealed his powerfulness.
Galactic.
Relating to or concerning the galaxy or galaxies, having characteristics or qualities that are vast, extensive, or cosmic in scope.
Examples.
Galactic scale. A galactic system. The Milky Way is a galactic collection of billions of stars and planets.
Empire.
A group of countries ruled by one leader or government.
Examples.
Empire building. Empire of the Maya. He has built a thriving e-commerce empire.
Capable.
Having the ability, skill, or potential to do something, competent or proficient in a particular task or area of expertise.
Examples.
Capable worker. Capable leader. She is highly capable of handling multiple tasks at once.
Annihilate.
To destroy completely, to cause something to cease to exist.
Examples.
Annihilate the enemy. Annihilate all doubts. The virus had the potential to annihilate entire populations if left unchecked.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples.
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Civilization.
A complex and highly organized society that has developed over time and has a dominant culture, including features such as language, religion, government, technology, and social customs.
Examples:
Civilization decline. Lost civilization. The rise and fall of civilizations can be studied through history and archaeology.
Fort.
A military structure designed to be defended from attack.
Examples:
An isolated fort. Fort gate. The stone fort was built to protect the city from invading forces.
Military.
Relating to or characteristic of members of the armed forces, of or relating to war or warfare.
Examples:
A military operation. A military leader. The military academy was known for its strict discipline and training.
Operate.
To work in a particular way, to supervise something.
Examples:
Operate 24 hours a day. Manually operate a machine. This machine is too difficult to operate for me.
Urbanize.
To make an area more urban in character or nature, often through the development and expansion of cities or towns.
Examples:
Urbanize a region. Urbanize transportation systems. The government plans to urbanize the rural area by building more housing units and improving transportation infrastructure.
Terrain.
The physical features of a piece of land, including hills, valleys, rivers, and forests.
Examples:
Terrain map. Permafrost terrain. The mountainous terrain was rough and rocky.
Urban.
Relating to or located in a town or city.
Examples:
Urban planning. Urban property owners. Only a small number of urban utilities offer sanitation services.
Combat.
A fight or battle, usually between opposing military forces, an engagement in which opposing parties attempt to defeat each other by force.
Examples:
Combat zone. Hand-to-hand combat. The veteran was honored for his service in combat.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Church.
A building or institution dedicated to religious worship or activities, A Christian religious organization or denomination.
Examples:
Church bell. Small church. The church on the corner is hosting a free community meal tonight.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Generic.
Not specific, not linked to a particular brand or product.
Examples:
A generic product. Generic version. The generic aspirin brand was just as effective as the name brand, but much cheaper.
Worship.
To have or show a strong feeling of profound respect and admiration for a religious entity such as God or a god.
Examples:
Worship God. Absolutely worship. They traditionally worship their guru.
Mimic.
To imitate someone's speech, movement, or behavior, especially to make others laugh.
Examples:
Mimic a human voice. Mimic numerous instruments. He is very popular at school because he can mimic all the teachers' accents.
Set up.
The arrangement or organization of something, often with a specific purpose or intention, a scheme or plan that is intended to deceive or trick someone.
Examples:
Office setup. Network setup. The setup for the conference was impressive and professional.
Mosque.
A Muslim place of worship that usually has a minaret equals slender tower with balconies.
Examples:
Domed mosque. The sacred mosque. Jumeirah Mosque is one of the most beautiful buildings in the United Arab Emirates.
Virtual.
Being actually such in almost every respect, existing in essence or effect, though not an actual fact.
Examples:
A virtual image. Trading of virtual currencies. She is the virtual president of the company.
Tactical.
Relating to or constituting actions, plans, or strategies designed to achieve a particular purpose, especially an aggressive or political purpose, characterized by calculated planning, organization, and effectiveness.
Examples:
Tactical decision. Tactical move. The army used tactical maneuvers to gain an advantage in battle.
Explosion.
A violent release induced by a chemical or nuclear reaction.
Examples:
A lot of explosions. Site of the explosion. A broken gas pipe triggered the explosion.
Virus.
A tiny infectious organic material that causes disease in people, animals, and plants.
Examples:
Spread of the virus. A strain of virus. An infected person in the hospital will likely pass the virus to others.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Sterilize.
To make something free of all forms of life, especially bacteria or viruses, by using heat, chemicals, or radiation.
Examples:
Sterilize chemically. Sterilize surfaces. The nurse sterilized the instruments before the surgery to prevent any infections.
Immunity.
The ability of an organism to resist infection or disease, often due to the presence of antibodies.
Examples:
Immunity booster. Immunity response. Vaccination is an effective way to build immunity against diseases.
Sponsor.
To provide funds for a particular event, program, individual, etc., as a way of advertising.
Examples:
Sponsor a contest. Sponsor a local group. Our company sponsors numerous disabled athletes.
Arabic.
The Semitic language of the Arab people, widely spoken throughout the Middle East and North Africa, of or relating to Arab peoples, culture, or language.
Examples:
Arabic cuisine. Arabic language. I'm studying Arabic calligraphy as part of my art class.
Commerce.
The activity of buying and selling things, especially on a large scale.
Examples:
Interstate commerce. The local chamber of commerce. This company has invested heavily in internet commerce.
Illegal.
Not allowed by law.
Examples:
Illegal drugs. Child of illegal immigrants. The customs agents seized the illegal shipment.
Broadcast.
To send out a program or some information on radio or television.
Examples:
Broadcast a concert. Broadcast a radio ad. Most of the programs are broadcast in this area.
Specifically.
Only associated with or meant for one thing.
Examples:
Designed specifically for men. For specifically American customers. This ad campaign is aimed specifically at young women.
Instance:
A particular example or single occurrence of something.
Examples:
For instance. Notable instance. These articles cite 5 instances of climate change.
Fabricate.
To make something, especially by assembling parts or constructing it from raw materials. To invent and present something false as true or real to deceive someone.
Examples:
Fabricate a chemical. Fabricate an excuse. The detective discovered that the witness had fabricated her story about the crime.
Convict.
To prove or declare someone to be guilty of a crime. Noun, a person serving a sentence in a jail or prison.
Examples:
Convict him of manslaughter. Convict in a jail. He was convicted on fraud charges and sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Commit.
To do something illegal or wrong.
Examples:
Commit suicide. Commit mistakes. The military has committed an abuse of human rights.
Investigate.
To conduct a systematic or formal inquiry to identify and evaluate the facts of a crime, problem, statement, etc., to establish the truth.
Examples:
Investigate the matter. Investigate a data leak. The committee investigated several apparent inconsistencies.
Blur.
A faint or indistinct image or sound, something that is not clear or distinct. Verb, to become unclear, to lose clear vision.
Examples:
Blur image. Motion blur. The camera's focus was off, and the image was a blur of colors and shapes.
Fiction.
The type of book or story, especially novels, that describes imaginary events and people. Anything made up or imagined that is not true.
Examples:
Stuff of science fiction. Non-fiction bestseller. Truth is stranger than fiction.
Influence.
The ability to affect someone's or something's character, growth, or behavior, or the effect itself.
Examples:
Influence a child's future. Influence the daily life. The former emperor had a particular influence even after he abdicated.
Lethal.
Causing or capable of causing death, extremely dangerous.
Examples:
Lethal injection. Lethal weapon. Malignant hypertension is the most lethal form of hypertension. Consequence. The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples:
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Primary.
First or highest in rank, order, or importance, most fundamental or essential, pertaining to the initial or introductory stage of something, such as a school year or election cycle.
Examples:
Primary school. Primary education. The primary cause of the accident was due to the icy road conditions.
Conviction.
A strong belief or opinion, especially one that is based on principles or evidence, criminal law, a final judgment of guilty in a criminal case, and the punishment that is imposed.
Examples:
Moral conviction. Conviction for murder. She spoke with conviction about the importance of education.
Identification.
The act or process of recognizing, proving, or designating someone or something.
Examples:
An identification tag for children. Personal identification number. Eye movements complicate identification by retinal scanning.
Victim.
A person who has been harmed, injured, or otherwise negatively affected by a particular action, circumstance, or event.
Examples:
Victim support. Victim compensation. The victim of the crime deserves justice and support to recover from the trauma.
Eyewitness.
Someone who sees an event, especially a crime or accident, happen and can describe what happened.
Examples:
A memory of an eyewitness. Eyewitness report. The eyewitness testimony was crucial in solving the case.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
Identify handwriting. Identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Suspect.
To consider anything to be true or probable.
Examples:
Suspect a plot. Suspect that he is sick. The cops suspected him of being the killer.
Perpetrator.
A person who carries out a harmful or illegal act, particularly one that involves violence or deception.
Examples:
Perpetrator identity. Culprit perpetrator. The police have not yet caught the perpetrator of the crime.
Enforcement.
The act of ensuring that rules, regulations, or laws are obeyed or implemented. The act of applying force or pressure to compel compliance with rules or laws.
Examples:
Enforcement action. Enforcement officer. The enforcement of the new traffic laws led to a decrease in accidents.
Exposure.
The state of being in a particular situation or place where there is no protection from or guarantee to something harmful, the disclosure of something secret.
Examples:
A southern exposure. The exposure of a fraud. The long exposure to the air tarnished the antique tableware.
Composite.
Made up of different parts, elements, or substances. Noun, something made from two or more different substances.
Examples:
Composite materials. A composite of different photographs. The composite index tracks the performance of multiple stocks in the same sector.
Sketch.
A simple, quickly made picture that does not have many details, a short descriptive summary of something.
Examples:
A penciled sketch. First design sketches. Yesterday, I created a rough sketch of the plan.
Lineup.
The schedule of programs for a particular event, a list of people brought together to form a team or take part in an event.
Examples:
The lineup of new models. A wide range of color lineup. The opponent team has a strong lineup.
Testimony.
A formal written or spoken statement that something is true, especially one given in court, something that serves as evidence.
Examples:
Testimony before Congress. Give his testimony. Witness testimony backed up the defendant's claims.
Rap.
A type of music characterized by a strong, repetitive beat and lyrics that often focus on social and political issues, a reproach for some lapse or misdeed.
Examples:
Rap music. Get a rap. The new rap album is getting a lot of attention.
Array.
A large group or collection of things or people, especially one that is impressive or attractive.
Examples:
A two-dimensional array. An array of troops. The customer on the internet has to choose one from a formidable array of products.
Replace.
To take the place of something.
Examples:
Replace one word with another. Replace a phone. Eventually, the new design will replace all older models.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Justice.
The quality of being fair and reasonable and treating people equally according to their due.
Examples:
Criminal justice. Justice of heaven. The judge's ruling was based on the principles of justice and fairness.
Innocent.
Not guilty of a crime, offense, etc., not having an evil mind or knowledge.
Examples:
An innocent child. Thousands of innocent people. My husband was found innocent of any crime.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Limitation.
A rule or act that restricts the scope of something.
Examples:
Impose limitation. Limitation of exercise. Disability is a physical limitation to living everyday life.
Rely.
To require a certain thing or the assistance and support of someone or something in order to continue, run properly, or succeed.
Examples:
Rely on convenience stores. Rely entirely on him. Babies heavily rely on others for food.
Alibi.
A claim or piece of evidence that shows an individual was elsewhere at the time a crime or offense was committed and thus could not have been involved.
Examples:
Airtight alibi. Provide an alibi. The suspect claimed to have an alibi at the time of the crime, but the evidence proved otherwise.
Locate.
To specify or determine the exact position of someone or something.
Examples:
Locate a missing pet. Locate a tumor. The robot can accurately locate construction material.
Witness.
A person who sees something happen, especially a crime or an accident.
Examples:
Witness of the car accident. A material witness. The manufacturing industry is witnessing fierce competition.
Kidnapping.
The act of taking somebody away illegally and holding them captive.
Examples:
Kidnapping attempt. Mass kidnapping. She received a year's imprisonment for aggravated kidnapping.
Theft.
The act of taking anything from someone or somewhere unlawfully, stealing.
Examples:
Victim of identity theft. Theft of designs. Poverty is not a reproach, however, theft is.
Exonerate.
To clear someone of blame or accusation, to free someone from responsibility or guilt.
Examples:
Exonerate from blame. Exonerate the defendant. The DNA evidence exonerated the suspect, proving his innocence.
Imply.
To indicate the truth or existence of something without referring to it.
Examples.
Imply a strong correlation. Imply the presence of alien. The salespeople speak in technical terms to imply that they are more knowledgeable than the customer.
Refuse.
To show that one is not willing to do or accept something.
Examples.
Refuse a request. Refuse the company. My initial reaction was to refuse.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples.
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Permanent.
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples.
Literature of permanent value. Permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Alter.
To cause to change or make different.
Examples.
Alter a decision. Alter data in a file. The design of the web page has altered slightly.
Murder.
The crime of killing somebody intentionally.
Examples.
Murder in the second degree. Attempted murder. This intriguing murder mystery remains unsolved.
Significance.
The importance or value attached to something. The quality of being significant or noteworthy.
Examples.
Significance level. Mystical significance. The significance of his discovery cannot be overstated.
Arrest.
To take into custody.
Examples.
Arrest the thief. Arrest the progress. A police officer has the authority to arrest a criminal.
Highlight.
To make something prominent, mainly so that people give it more attention.
Examples.
Highlight a string in red. Highlight an important difference. The introduction highlighted the speaker's distinguished career as a consultant.
Tenuous.
Very weak or slight that it hardly exists.
Examples.
Tenuous relationship. Tenuous link. Evidence submitted by attorneys is tenuous due to a lack of objectivity.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples.
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Mattress.
A large rectangular pad filled with soft material, used as a bed or part of a bed.
Examples:
Soft mattress, queen-size mattress. The air mattress was so comfortable I slept like a baby all night.
Robbery.
The taking of property or money from a person, business, or institution by force, threat, or intimidation, a crime that involves theft or stealing.
Examples:
Armed robbery, petty robbery. The convenience store was the scene of a robbery last night.
Abduction.
The act of taking someone away by force or deception, kidnapping.
Examples:
Abduction case, attempted abduction. The police launched an investigation into the abduction of the wealthy businessman.
Sodom.
A city that, according to the Bible, was destroyed by God because of the wickedness of its inhabitants, also refer as sodomy, anal intercourse between men.
Examples:
Sodom and Gomorrah. The city of Sodom. The term Sodom has become synonymous with acts of homosexuality and is used as a derogatory term for gay people.
Carnival.
A public enjoyment and celebration, usually held in the street, featuring music, dancing, and various forms of entertainment.
Examples:
Carnival parade, carnival atmosphere. The traveling carnival is coming to our town next week.
Bartender.
A person who serves drinks, especially alcoholic beverages, at a bar.
Examples:
Professional bartender. Moonlight as a bartender. The chief bartender mixed the ingredients to create a new and exciting cocktail.
Draft.
A preliminary version of something that is not yet in its final form.
Examples:
A working draft. Write the first draft. During debates in the legislature, the draft of the law caused a lot of controversies.
Professional.
Having or showing the skill appropriate to a particular job, competent or skillful.
Examples:
Professional athlete. Certified professional secretary. He has a professional demeanor and always presents himself in a polished manner.
Burglar.
A person who unlawfully enters a building or other property to steal or commit another crime.
Examples:
Ex-convict burglar. Caught the burglar. The skilled burglar bypassed the alarm system and entered the house without making a sound.
Tentative.
Done or said with hesitation or uncertainty, not certain or agreed, not definite or fixed, experimental or cautious in nature.
Examples:
Tentative conclusion. Tentative agreement. The company announced tentative plans for a new product launch, but nothing is set in stone.
Posit.
To suggest or accept something as fact or as a basis for argument or consideration.
Examples:
Posit the existence of life after death. Posit the premise. We should posit several hypotheses to discuss the matter.
Portrait.
A painting, picture, the likeness of a person, especially one showing the face.
Examples:
A portrait painter. Portrait of a well-known figure. A well-known artist painted this lovely lady's portrait.
Reiterate.
To repeat something, typically for emphasis or clarity, to say or do something again and again.
Examples:
Reiterate a point. Reiterate their commitment. I need to reiterate the importance of submitting your report by the deadline.
Distortion.
The alteration or misrepresentation of something so that it is no longer true or accurate, the way in which a sound or image is changed or distorted.
Examples:
Distortion of the Earth's surface. Horizontal distortion. Her report was criticized as a gross distortion of the truth.
Constant.
Happening repeatedly or all the time.
Examples:
A constant wind. A constant temperature. Constant dropping wears away the stone.
Deceive.
To cause someone to believe something that is not true, often by telling a lie or creating a false impression.
Examples:
Deceive to lie. Deceive skillfully. The magician's illusions were designed to deceive the audience into believing they saw something impossible.